Hey there, I just want to take the opportunity and sort of demonstrate or talk about a device that I purchased a while ago that really comes in handy, and that is a Kreg pocket hole jig. It comes in this little box. Uh, Everything goes in the box except this thing. It won't fit in the box, but this little clamp that comes with it. And then this is really the jig, and what it does, if you can imagine, I'll just use this as an example. Uh, you've got a board that sits here, and what it's going to do is drill a hole into the board at an angle like that. And you probably can't see it, but these are adjustable. And there's an arrow here that says for the width of the board, the thickness of the board, this is where you need to set this arrow. And so, right, I'm using 1.5-inch thick boards, and so I got it pointed to 1.5 inches. And what that'll do is set the position at which the hole will start going into the board, and therefore the depth of the cut. And so that's the little jig. And then also with the kit, you get a long screwdriving bit, but it's that square head. And then you get this drill bit. And the drill bit comes with a collar, and you set that collar also with the depth. And so inside the box there's a little template, and it lines it up, and you just take your Allen head wrench and you set that depth of that collar, and that determines how far into the hole that you drill, so you won't drill out of the end of it, because you need some material there to hold to. And then what you do, you just buy these pocket hole screws, and on the back of the box it'll tell you the length of the screw in relation to the material thickness. And so this, all has to be considered, because if your screw's too short, it won't grab. If it's too long, it might stick out of the bottom of your board. So those things to consider. But what this does, it'll drill a little pilot hole and then drill the hole for the screw to fit down in. And so I'm gonna demonstrate. Actually, let me show you one of the ways that I use it. I bought this a couple of years ago when I was doing the closets, because I wanted to join boards together, on the long side. And so that's what I do here. You can see a couple of them right here, little pocket holes, and I've joined these boards flat like this to make, these are end pieces for my new brooder that I'm building out here for the chickens. And so it's all pocket hole connected together. And so you imagine that screw is down in there, sort of laying at that angle. I drilled a hole in there, and it's laying in there like that, holding those two boards together. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to put some hardware cloth on this to make a end wall. But to show you how this works, we'll take this thing, the clamp, and you mount it on here, and then you put it on the end where you line up these two ears. And it does have two holes in it, but I generally don't do them right next to each other. I'll put one over here and then move it one over there, but we'll just drill one of them for today. This is just a sample. And then clamp it on. Take your drill bit. It has a hole here to let the sawdust out, and so you'll see the sawdust start coming out of that. And you go down to the collar and stop, and that will drill that hole right there. And then what you can do, you can take it, you'll have to change the bit, but you take your screw, put it in there, and as you drive that screw down, it's going to come out this end and into your next piece of wood. And so works pretty well. I like it. It's been working for me for a while. I've used it to build some of my raised beds, the frames for the raised beds. This frame, I think I used it some in building some of the chicken space there. I really use it a lot in the closets when I did the cedar lining on the closets. But works really well. It's the Kreg pocket hole drill kit or screw kit. So that's what works for me mostly.